All right, today we are looking at quotient rules of powers, so quotients of powers. So we're looking at when we divide numbers with exponents. So on part 1, or this is part 2, but on example 1, if we look at a to the 4th b to the 7th divided by a squared b cubed, we're going to write this without using exponents. So on the numerator we have a to the 4th, so that means there's 4 a's, and b to the 7th, so 7 b's. 5, 6, 7. All right, in the denominator we have a squared, so 2 a's and 3 b's. All right, part A tells us to cancel out any common factors between the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to look and see how many a's can I cancel. I can cancel 2, and how many b's can I cancel? I can cancel 3. So if you notice, I don't have anything left in the numerator, but I have 2 a's left in the numerator and 4 b's left in the numerator. So a is 2 and b is 4. So now when we rewrite our expression, we're going to have a squared b to the 4th. So that's going to be my final answer for example 1. Now if we look at example 2, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to have 14 times 4 m's and 5 n's. And then 21 times 9 m's. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 n's. Alright, sorry, I was running off the screen. So now we're going to cancel out the common factors. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 m's they can cancel, and then 2 n's they can cancel. And if we look at this, how many m's remain? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the denominator. And then how many n's? There are 3 in the numerator. And that's important because when we write our final answer, we want to make sure we put them in the right place. So when we write our expression, well, 14 divided by 21, that doesn't reduce to a whole number, but it reduces to a fraction. Both 7 go into both 14 and 21. So it goes in 14 twice, 21 third. And then in my numerator, I have 3 n's. In my denominator, I have 5 m's. So there is the final answer on that. So that's why it's important on where you place things. Okay, so if we look at the questions, what patterns do we notice? How did our exponents change from our original expression to our final answer? So if you remember from yesterday, when we multiplied, we added the exponent. So here, when we divide, we're going to be subtracting the exponents. So when we have quotient of powers, so two things with like bases that we're dividing, you subtract their exponents. So now if we look at these examples, I'm going to do the first few with you watching, and then I want you to pause it and try the other ones on your own. So here, and we're going to try by just subtracting. If you feel like you need to write them out and cancel, then please do so. So first thing, 13 divided by 6, that reduces to 1/2. Okay, and then when I subtract, there are 6 m's, 2 n's, so there are 4 m's total on top. 7 n's, 5 n's, so there are 2 n's left. So my final answer is m to the 4th, n to the 2nd, all over 2. All right, number 4, if I reduce 10 over 40, that reduces to 1/4. 6 minus 2 is 4, so there's 4 a's on top. 8 minus 2 is 6, so there's 6 b's on top. So there's that. Now I would like you to pause and try the rest. Once you think you figured them out, go ahead and hit play again and make sure that you got them right. So on number 5, 12 divided by 3 is 4. 2 minus 2 is 0, so I don't have any x's anymore. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. So I'm just left with 4y. Okay, on number 6, 3 over 9 reduces to 1/3. There's 1 x on top and 9 on the bottom. So that means I would end up with 8 x's left on the denominator. Alright, and then 1 y on top, 2 on bottom, so that means I'm left with 1 y in the denominator, and there was only a z in the denominator, so that stays there. So everything in that case ends up being the denominator, except there is a 1 in the numerator. Alright, 7. 18 divided by 36, that reduces to 1/2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 2 is 4. So I end up with a squared b c to the 4th all over 2. Alright, number 8. 6 over 12 reduces to 1/2. When we reduce our x's, 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So you should end up with x cubed yz over 2. So there's quotient of powers. Again, go through and write what questions do you have, what did you find confusing, and what did you learn, so we can discuss this in class tomorrow. All right, thanks.